hell is even that?
Hey, this ain't break time. Get back to work.
So, everything got put on hold for a minute because apparently you have to take out all of the keepers, the roller keepers, which means you have to compress the valve springs. And on this motor, it takes a special tool. So, Amazon gave me an early birthday present. So what you're looking for is a valve spring compressor. It looks like this. It's 2 pieces. It goes something like this. It's a little messy. It's kind of like that thing right there. And for about 40 bucks, you get this whole kit. And you'll see this tool and this tool are going to come in handy real quick. So instead of paying 40 bucks just for that specialized valve spring tool, then you get the whole kit in a blow molded case. And we all know how awesome those are. Nice. Where's that? So apparently I have imported shop assistants. And see, this is what happens when you order tools on Wish. This is what comes with it. Freebies!
Stop it. Get some help.
Now, the kit that I got is pretty inclusive, has all kinds of stuff in it. And I don't remember what these sensors are called. I'll write the word in editing. But it came with these 2. And I don't know what size Allen wrench this is. I just played poke and hope. I'm imagining next time I will find the right little driver bit, because it'll be a lot easier than this. But you just take this little screw out on the side here, and it'll pop right out. And then, of course, I'm going to find something to plug that hole. And as a side note, when you take the front cover off, it leaves your oil pan exposed. And there's about 1.5 to 2 inches of oil pan just hanging out. And it's really easy to drop sockets and tools down in there. So if you don't want to fish stuff out of there, go ahead and make sure you plug that up really good with a rag. I got paper towels, shop towels stuff down in there. But yeah, it's really easy to drop stuff in there, but not easy to fish it out with a magnet, because of course everything's metal down there. Ask me how I know. I'm not exactly sure why, but there's 3 of these keepers that you have to take out on this side and 3 on the other side. And it has to do with loosening up the cam so you can put it in the right place. But I also found out through further investigation, watching more YouTube video, that eventually I'm going to have to take out this whole valve train. Well, all of the keepers. So that's what we're going to start working on. I'm going to figure out which ones I have to take out. Like I said, there's 3. There's like 2 intake and exhaust on one side, and then the opposite on the other. But there's a certain order you got to do it in. I'm going to go figure that out.
20 minutes later.
So the directions say that, let me get a light on here, when the keyway on the crank, which is right here, it's supposed to be at 12, which it is now. You can see the keyway right there, sticking straight up at 12 o'clock. And the first and third lobes, right there, are supposed to be at 11. Now mine look about 9 to 10 o'clock. What we're doing now, I found out, is called neutralizing the cam, so we don't have any valves hitting the pistons or whatnot. So I'm not sure if the timing is just off on this thing in the first place because somebody's been in this motor before, or what the case is. Maybe you could put in the comments if you know, but I don't like the 9 o'clock position. Apparently I'm worried about the valves, so I'm going to just crank on the crank a little bit more and get those into the 11 o'clock position like it says on the video, and I'm going to hope for the best.
I tell you the truth, I'm a little confused by your tactics.
Now my reasoning is that, as I said before, this whole valve train is going to have to come apart. The cam's going to come completely out of there, and we have a crank positioning tool. I'm going to have to redo the timing on everything anyhow, and there's markers on the cams and all of that. So I think I'm going to worry more about the valves, and everything else should line back up when I put everything together properly. If you all will cross your fingers along with me, we'll see how that goes. This may turn out to be interesting. So this proved to be a little trickier than I thought it would be. Hopefully you can see on the video. But the compressor part sits down on your valve, comes up, this little goes in first. The Z part goes underneath, sits down on your cylinder head, and then there's a little twisty thing here. You got to take this off. We'll take that off so you can see. And it's got this little part that turns. You find the flat spot so it sits up into the tool. Then go this way so I'm not blocking the camera, hopefully.
Hey, down in front!
And theoretically, this is supposed to pop off where you can pull it out of there. Okay. It's not working. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm missing. So I'm gonna watch some more video and I'll be right back. So apparently an important step is, while you're screwing the spring down, you want to press your hand against that part of the keeper so that it goes down with it. And when that happens, I guess you don't lose the valve. And then you'll hear it or feel it snap around. And then it's a little hard to get big fingers in there. So just get a little magnet and bam, out it goes. And now you have your loose keeper. What I'm going to do, what's recommended, is to find a clean surface, and I'm going to set them on a bench in order and in proper orientation so that they all go back to where they were when I go to put them back in. Okay, so here's a tip. If you're going through a professional's video and they tell you you got to do something and then they skip the video to where it's already done, it usually means because it's a giant pain in the buttocks.
Where were you hit? In the buttocks,
They don't want you to see them on the struggle bus. These roller followers are not very fun. So be prepared to cuss a lot and be quite frustrated with that part. So anyways, with that done, you want to there's a keyway on here that you can't see now. I've already turned it. You want that keyway in the 6 o'clock position. Apparently what that does is loosen up the valve train so that if anything moves, there's no valves hitting anything inside the cylinders. But chances are this isn't going to move anyways until you move it. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to start disassembling the chain apparatus and all the keepers and all of that. That's what comes next. Okay, this is the piece that's giving us all the problems. We have 2 brand new ones to replace them. So we'll just keep taking all of this garbage off. These just slide off. And what I'm noticing is they are not the same. So they look a little bit different, so I'm going to keep them in place over on the bench so I can match them up with the other side, with the new ones. There. Yep, they're 8s. I haven't quite looked to see if the new stuff comes with new bolts or not. So I am going to set them aside and make sure that I keep track of them just in case, so the right bolts go in the right place when I go to put it back together. Yep, I've already lost a couple now. Where did they go?
Well, which way did it go, George? Which way did it go?
Doesn't take much to lose bolts. Oh, those didn't have bolts, that's why. Okay. I'm an idiot.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
So if you pay attention when you're pulling them out, they are definitely different bolts for different spots. So you want to keep those. I just looked over there. I didn't see new bolts. So you want to keep them referenced. So when you put the new stuff in, you're good to go. Another good thing to do is before you start taking everything apart, take a picture on your phone. That way you can see how it all went. So I learned a valuable lesson today when they tell you to use a socket, a special socket for the crank, because you have to turn it quite a few times. You should probably listen to them.
You'll do what you're told. I'm gonna pin you.
Because I thought I was smart and put a bolt down here in front of it, and I've been turning it around and around and around, and now it's tightened it up so much I can't get it off even with my impact. So I'm gonna try to hillbilly engineer something here to get this loose, and I'll be back when I figure it out. Well, I've got a professional come to check my work tomorrow and give me a couple of tips. I've almost got the tear down completed. I got to get a little engineering going on to get that stupid bolt off. I don't understand how it got that tight, but you know, rookie mistake.
Sing it again, rookie biatch.
I'm beat. It's cold out here. There's a channel that I watch. He ends a lot of his videos with sitting on your ass ain't gonna get your project done. So this is me not sitting on my ass. Hopefully I'm not creating more problems than solutions. This is life, trying to be a YouTube mechanic. By the way, if you've been following along, you know by now that I'm new to this. So if you would, leave me a comment, maybe a thumbs up if it's a better video, and tell me what you thought of my second try. Hopefully it's better than the first one, and hopefully next one will be better than this one. Trying to branch a channel in a couple new directions because it's winter time, so writing gets a little rough. But in the meantime, we're trying new projects. And if you have watched this far, I will personally give you a thank you. And stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, it'd be great if you did. See you on the next episode.